coming up at 7 o'clock tonight here on talkSPORT. Adrian Durham hosts live coverage of Sweden against England in the quarter-finals of the Women's Euros. They're on track to go and retain the championship. Now, in just a moment, we'll welcome Adrian Durham to the show, the voice of live football here at talkSPORT, to look ahead to that game. But first, let's hear what happened. Let's hear a little bit of what happened when he caught up with a big Love Island star. He's been sitting down with Giorgio Russo, England striker Alessio Russo's brother, and a contestant on the reality show Love Island this year. He spoke about not knowing how the Lionesses were getting on whilst in the villa.
The lads have gone out on a field trip to Switzerland, and Adrian's been a bad boy.
In the villa, you're in a complete bubble. You're completely shut off from the outside world. You don't even know the time of the day. So there was not a chance that they were ever going to tell me the result. But as soon as I came out and was able to catch up on things, I caught up on the results and yeah, I was very impressed that they've made it obviously to the quarters and jumped on a plane as quick as I could.
Giorgio Russo there, speaking to Adrian Durham. You can hear this interview in full very, very soon. We're also going to have it live up on the talkSPORT YouTube channel soon. Let's find out now what it's like to interview a Love Islander with this man.
Topping up his tan, there's a new contestant, our live football reporter, Adrian Durham, who's looking more red than an embarrassed lobster.
Obviously, I didn't write that. Adrian, how are you, buddy? You settled down?
That was you speaking, wasn't it?
Ah, very good. Very good. My brother, Ian Sterling there.
It's very sunny, and the embarrassed lobster is just about right, certainly if you look at the back of my neck. But yeah, it's great. Actually, I'm very, very nervous ahead of the game tonight, as you'd expect. I'm in the press box, overlooking the pitch. Players have just been out on the field mingling, the Sweden and England players, which is interesting. I'll get the views of THRASH and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk on that in a bit. But yeah, the sun is shining. A lot of the pitch is bathed in shade, though, so we're in for a big night. This is a terrific game ahead with two good sides.
Do you know what, Adrian? I mean, I want to talk to you more about Giorgio Russo in just a second, but let's focus on the game first, because I just don't see in a world that England don't smash them. I just keep thinking what happened in 2022, Russo being the prime player to speak about here, the iconic Alessio Russo back heel in that game. They just ran riot.
They did. The Sweden manager yesterday explained that one away by saying COVID affected them badly. In meetings that they had, where they normally had a lot of banter and there was a lot of opinions shared and there was a lot of laughter, they all had masks on and it didn't help them. At the time, it felt to me like he was making excuses because he didn't give England any credit for the 4-0 win. And if you remember as well on the night, at 0-0, Sweden had a really good chance and didn't take it, and Mary Earps made a great save at 0-0 as well.
Yep.
And England went on to win it and win it comfortably. So I understand what you're saying. I think it's hard to read Sweden. There's two ways of looking at it. They've been unbeaten for a year, so therefore you're thinking, well, this is a good side, certainly a side that's hard to beat. But in that unbeaten run, there's been 2 draws with Wales. So are they that good? I think it's so hard to read them. Listen, if they turn it on tonight, England will have to be at their very best. But Tash Dowie said to me earlier, if they're both at their best, England win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree completely with Tash Dowie there, and that's with no disrespect to Sweden. I mean, we've heard from Asllani, the Swedish captain. She was speaking to the press yesterday, and you know, they do go under the radar, and they won the competition in 1984, the first tournament. They've lost something like 4 finals, so why don't we put a little bit more respect in their name, maybe in times gone by, leading into the tournament?
Yeah, 1984 was a long time ago. You weren't even born.
Oh,
I mean,
calm down. Talk to me about 66, mate, and then don't at me.
I was there. I wasn't even born. But it's a long time ago. I mean, in recent times, yeah, they've been the bridesmaid. They will be underwhelmed with their own haul of trophies, you'd have to say. But it doesn't mean they're not going to win it this year. There's some strong teams. I think this is an upgrade in quality from what we've seen before. I think it's a breakthrough tournament in terms of the quality of the football, certainly the quality of the quarter-finalists. I mean, the game last night, Italy was sensational against Norway. So good. France have been brilliant. Germany less so. Sweden, I think, have been terrific, won all 3 of their games. Terrific in the air as well. And England, for 2 of the 3 games, absolutely magnificent. So there's some real quality. We all know about Spain. There's some real quality, I think, here. And you just can't discount Sweden. And they have some real backing. I was in this stadium in Zurich on Saturday when they beat the Germans 4-1. I stood with the soft hooligans, which is what they call the Swedish fans, and they made some great noise. They were really good. They brought some real colour and life to the terraces, the stands here in this tournament. They're fantastic.
Soft hooligans, but absolutely beautiful at the exact same time. England,
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. The lobster in there amongst them. What do you think England will have to do tonight, Adrian? I mean, do you think they've still got that boot up the backside that they needed against France? I mean, where do you think mentally they're at for this game?
I think they have. My only concern is the Wales game, with respect, was so easy. It was just a joke, really. And I don't mean any disrespect.
Sounded
and they actually kept... Well, it is, but it's the way it was. It was incredibly easy, maybe too easy to go from that, and it's going to be difficult to go from that and how easy that was to this, which is not going to be anywhere near as straightforward. So I'm sure the preparation has been about that and getting that, making sure that intensity is still there. But in Lauren James, you've got a player that it's hard to play against. Once she's in control of a game, you're never going to get that control back. So it's about her control of the game, how she orchestrates things to a certain extent, how long she can stay on the pitch as well is another question. So England have it all in their hands, but if they don't play at their best, then they're vulnerable. I think that's against Sweden, that's clear.
We shouldn't look too far ahead, but let's say the Lionesses do get a win tonight. On paper, looking at the next game in the semi-final, it would be Italy they'd be facing, which seems like a winnable game. But you watched that performance from them last night. They've got grit, Adrian.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all this stuff about, they've got them in the next, if they win this, it's them next, and that's going to be straightforward. I stopped doing all that in 2016 at the men's Euros when everybody was elated that we had Iceland instead of Portugal in the first knockout game, and of course they absolutely imploded and were useless against Iceland. So I never ever look at that stuff. And the winning goal last night for Italy was brilliant.
Stunning.
A fantastic ball in. She's watched it all the way. Yeah, all right, there's no marking going on whatsoever, but it's a terrific header, and she is a terrific header of the ball. So I'm not taking anybody for granted. I'm not thinking, this is the easy route or it will beat Italy or anything like that. I can't subscribe to those views at all. You've got to get the game won. So I know it sounds a cliche and it sounds like I'm Serena Wiegmann, but I'm just focusing on this game.
Fair enough, absolutely fair enough. Talk to me about then Alessio Russo's brother, Giorgio Russo, who is a big fan of talkSPORT, because I remember at the Women's Euros final 3 years ago, he came into Box Park with his dad and his mum, who are just lovely people, and their brother, and they're big talkSPORT listeners. So now he's been on Love Island, he's sitting down with you at talkSPORT. It's great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he was good as gold. He was great with us. There's loads of stuff on our social media channels with regard to Giorgio Russo, and he really played ball. There's some really funny stuff going on there, so check that out. And the whole thing, as you say, it's already up on the YouTube channel, so check that out. A lot of it is about Love Island and getting some insight and who he thinks is going to win, and there's some serious gossip there. A lot is about Alessio Russo and how they were as they were growing up. The brothers used to put her in goal.
I think a lot of brothers did that, to be fair. Yeah. I think Rhys James did that to Lauren James as well.
Maybe it did him some good, but no, he was brilliant. He was fantastic with us. Spent a long time with us this morning, and we're very grateful for that on a match day as well. And he's just got out of the villa, so he's a really good lad. And there's a kind of stereotype that we all have in our heads, and about those who go into the villa, those who go on Love Island. He really isn't. I've known him a number of years, and he really isn't that guy. He's just a lovely guy, and as you say it, they are a lovely family as well. And big talkSPORT listeners. He told me this morning that when he was little and they were all in the car as little kids, his dad used to have talkSPORT on, and it was only on medium wave then, and they used to dip in and out, and the kids were angry about it, and Mario Russo would not change channel. So they did grow up with talkSPORT.
Brilliant. And now their daughter is absolutely ripping it up for England, a European champion, a champion for Arsenal as well, and the European winners, of course, this season. Perhaps could go retain it for England once more. Adrian Durham, our voice of live football. Enjoy the game tonight. Fingers crossed for you, okay?
Thank you very much, and just a reminder, that Champions League winning goal scored by the Sweden striker Blackstenius, so one to watch for there, yeah.
Jeez, I forgot all about that moment for just a second. I know. Stina Blackstenius against Alessio Russo up against Leah Williamson. It's just too much for my tiny pea brain to handle. You can have it all live for you here on talkSPORT tonight. The Lionesses in quarter-final action against Sweden. Lovely stuff.